Abiding witness testimony today for the Sandra Dales trial. She's accused of killing her husband and burying his body in the yard of their home. In the last hour and a half, we just learned Sandra will not take the stand in her defense. But today, 11 witnesses did, from neighbors to family, even dispatch, most detailing incidents of domestic violence they say Sandra was going through. Hallie Turner joins us now live from the Augusta Judicial Center. And Hallie, the defense did rest this afternoon, but what else did we learn in court today?
Well, here's the thing. The defense spent the day trying to convince the jury that Sandra Dales is a battered woman who suffered from a cycle of domestic violence in her relationship with her husband. To try to prove this, again, they did call on 11 witnesses, from neighbors to 911 dispatch, Sandra's family, and medical experts to show she killed Eddie Cruey as a form of protection. Neighbors who lived across the street from the couple testified that Eddie did not like Sandra to have a phone.
I personally saw 3 phones broke. I don't know how many was broke, but I saw him throw one at the end of the driveway. I saw him bust one in the street. And I saw him throw one up against the house.
Linda's husband is also an ex-boyfriend of Sandra's from high school, and he said when Sandra didn't have a way to phone for help, she would go to his house, but he was not aware the last time she came to the house, she had hit Eddie in the head with a hammer.
I told him until the police got there, they needed to stay separated because I didn't know what exactly happened. Right.
Sandra's sister says throughout the 8 years they were together, Eddie was threatening and verbally abusive.
Eddie would walk around with a machete. He knew it pissed Sandra off, so he'd do this to piss her off, and threatened to kill the dogs. I guess wanted to chop off their heads.
And her daughter testified she did see Eddie hurt her mother one afternoon.
Something was our argument, and all I remember is hearing the carport door slam, and they're in the kitchen, and I see Eddie hold my mom by her throat and held his fist up.
The last 2 witnesses to take the stand today were medical experts who say Sandra does suffer from PTSD and battered person syndrome. Oftentimes, this does make them act when they are not aware. Everything resumes tomorrow right back here at 1 o'clock.